I'm stuck. I am stuck. Hey, it's Chap Zap. What's up? Hey, Dracena. Happy Friday, Otters. All right, let's go talk to
No demons to report here, boss.
Mr. Tony Stark.
I hate to admit it, but somehow this ancient forge puts any arc reactor I've got to shame. Who would have thought mystically bound demon power would be so damn energy efficient? Or carbon neutral? Certainly got that new suit of yours done a lot faster than I expected. Speaking of, what's the verdict, boss?
It's great. Thanks, appreciate the effort. Probably a little too soon to tell, don't you think? Why is there a demon in the forge? Let's do why is there a demon in the forge? I think that's a relevant question.
Tell me about this demon. Why is it there?
Well, you would probably know more about that than me. I'm still working on a way to keep track of everything that goes bump in the night around here. Whatever they've got trapped down there, it's hotter than hell by a few thousand Kelvin, very pissed off, and really good at weaving synthetic microblends. But tools are just one part of the equation. You gotta know how to use them too. You were out, what, 300 years before we woke you from your eternal rest? I'm betting you have questions, so ask away, Hunter.
What is internet? Alright, what's special about the new suit?
I take it this new version is a technological marvel?
Impact-resistant carbon composites, some patent-pending alloy mesh, and a few touches from Dr. Spooky over there. And hey, the built-in communicator means we can talk to each other without sending a raven.
That's convenient. I like the old suit. Sounds impressive, but what does it all mean? I don't know what half those words are, but I think there's an insult buried in there. Let's do the middle one. Hey, Rhapsody, what's up? PS5 Twitch app updated, and I don't get it. I can't type in chat on PS5 app anymore, so I have to be in stream on my phone to use chat. That's weird. I'm sorry about that, Mike. That is odd.
So it is a marvel, then?
Lightweight, nearly indestructible, and modular enough for future upgrades. Frankly, I wouldn't have used your old suit to wax the Mandarin's car.
Oh.
Is all this magic a threat to your new technology?
It might surprise some people to hear this, but I do like some things with rules. Isotope decay, magnetic fields, and gamma oscillation make a lot more sense to me than Eye of Newt, bat wings, and a sprinkle of sunshine. At least they did before everything changed.
You mean changed because of me and my mother? So why is your best friend a wizard then?
I cannot help but feel partially responsible.
Well, I wouldn't take it personally. We were detecting changes in both magic and science months before you woke up. But yeah, things have definitely hit high gear since then.
Now, can you go into the same tree again and choose a different option?
Is all this magic?
I might
No, right? You see anything strange around the Abbey?
Seen anything strange around here?
What, other than my roommate? Boom! Roasted! But on a more serious note, this place is legitimately haunted. Mirrors look back at you. My room rearranges itself. And worst of all, magic cats.
That's the best part. What?
Was it suspiciously elusive, even for a cat?
Actually, yes.
18
going
months.
crazy there for a
Double
second, but
Twitch,
clearly
baby.
I'm
All
still
the
firing
way.
on all
What does it
cylinders.
mean? Thank
He
you,
just
Scott.
poofed in next to me out in the yard. Small, black, furry.
It's Fizzgig.
Cute little thing. Probably some kind of shape-shifting monster knowing this place.
Thank you so much, Scott. 18 months. What exactly is this room again?
What sorts of things are you doing in here?
Oh, that's right. You were out a while. Basically, we've got a gigantic demon inside the magic box here that provides near limitless power for whatever we might need. Sounds insane, but sometimes it's easier to just go with it.
Can't we use this against Venom?
Okay, so why not magically create a way through that symbiote shield?
Have you ever known it to work that way? We can't just wish upon a star here. We need to know what we're making first and put together the right components. Otherwise, I'd have already whipped up Strange a new personality.
You must have an interesting origin story of your own.
Well, just your typical American boy. Pops was a founding member of the military-industrial complex. Mom, a famous socialite. Tragedy struck when I lost them both in a car crash, which turned out to be a hit from a rival corporation. I spent my early teens at MIT, trying to clear my head, and was all set to follow in Dad's footsteps as a war profiteer. Then one day, fortune shined on me, in the form of some errant shrapnel that lodged itself just above my heart.
I was
So I did what
wondering
anybody
what a
in that situation
78-month
would do.
resub looked like.
I built a super suit and
Oh
started fighting
well,
crime.
chat failed at creating something witty. But it did say we've been together longer than most marriages.
Hey, Talarain, what's up? Thanks for the 78-month resub. Happy Friday. All right, so we can react to Tony Stark's origin story by saying that's a lot to deal with. Well, I guess it worked out in the end, or a bit full of yourself, aren't you? Let's empathize. Maybe we'll get friendly points.
I guess we have all had difficult childhoods here.
I
Yeah,
got
no
plus
kidding.
one.
I can't tell you how hard it was to memorize all that at Skrull Sleeper Camp. Just kidding. Or am I?
All right. And once
What
more
sorts
here.
of things are you...
Basically, sound.
Yeah, so once you choose a response to one of these things, you can't choose a different one by going back into it, but you can repeat what he said.
Thanks for catching me up on things.
Anytime. Oh, and speaking of things, remember that creepy gamma goop you found from that hopped-up Hydra soldier?
Yeah.
Well, I gave it a peek, and it explains a lot. If you have a minute, meet me at the anvil over there, and I'll walk you through it. I promise it'll be worth your time.
Okay, you can analyze the gamma coil. We also can talk to,
Hail, Holy One! Or is it unholy? Yet to be determined.
well, I guess we don't talk to him now, do we?
Hunter, your new attire suits you quite well. But how are you holding up on the inside? I know it's easy to look upon me and simply see the universe's utmost authority on all things mystical and macabre, Hunter. However, in addition to being Earth's sorcerer supreme, I am also your doctor.
You mean a physician of the medical arts? You jest.
Nope.
I assure you, Hunter, I do not jest.
That's what he did first.
They don't call me Mr. Strange, now do they? Except for Tony.
They call
Your
him
awakening
Dr.
ritual
Spooky.
was admittedly a touch more chaotic than I had originally intended, and, well, after your violent encounter with Venom, my oath to Hippocrates compels me to check in with you. Simply put, how do you feel?
That was very verbose. Feelings are irrelevant. I have a job to do. Like I woke up on the wrong side of the grave. I'm honestly more worried about you.
You lost much yesterday, Doctor. I am the one who should be asking you how you are feeling.
Give me that plus.
I appreciate
There we go.
that,
Plus
Hunter.
one.
I admit I did not expect the child of Lilith to have the capacity for such empathy. And you're right, of course. I, for one, do not know if I will ever feel 100% again after the events of yesterday. I still can't believe what transpired. The sanctum, all that knowledge, Wanda, lost. Swallowed whole by the black mouth of that foul venom creature. With all my resources, all my gifts, I should have seen this outcome spelled out in the sacred geometry of this universe years ago. But I miscalculated.
I was never good at any at math either.
I would rather stand down a horde of rampaging Lilin than face one of Agatha's mathematics puzzles. Sacred or not, geometry be damned.
I'd be lying if I said it wasn't my least favorite requirement in pre-med. Still, if only I had studied harder, I would have reached some deeper understanding that could have altered this outcome.
I am Brasa.
We will alter this outcome, Doctor.
On that, we most certainly agree, Hunter. It's not just the Sanctum Sanctorum that was lost yesterday, it was my protege, Wanda. She is my charge, my responsibility, and I failed her. But I am determined not to let that happen with you, Hunter, which is why I am here to answer any questions you may have. Perhaps my wisdom may benefit you more than it has me thus far.
Okay, what exactly is Venom?
That creature on the roof, you have run into it before?
Unfortunately, yes. In the simplest of terms, Venom is an alien species living in symbiosis with a human known as Eddie Brock. He's something of a fixture in New York these days, but typically his hijinks are confined to harassing Spider-Man.
Lilith seems to have found other use for him, and Eddie is a willing participant. Maybe Spider-Man can tell us how to deal with him. Is Eddie willing?
How does Eddie feel about this arrangement?
He seems to relish the experience. And under Lilith's spell, they've clearly become more cohesive than ever before.
Bye, Zion. Have a great weekend. Can I go back in here and ask other things? Oh yeah, you can. Sometimes you can. Okay.
It sounds like Spider-Man is Venom's nemesis. Maybe he has some insight.
Of course. I have no doubt Spider-Man will prove to be an invaluable asset in the ongoing fight against both Venom and Lilith. Hey.
My mother has a gift for bringing out the worst in people.
Yes, and in this case, I happen to be the direct victim of her ambition. I fear the Sanctum may never be the same.
Tell me about your Sanctum's wards of protection. I have never heard of a protection spell that powerful.
In your time, I'm sure you encountered a variety of minor wards and protective spells. The Sanctum Sanctorum was shielded by one such incantation, but greatly amplified by the convergence of ley lines.
It's always ley lines.
And no one has ever broken the spell? Ever?
There's always a first for everything, but I had honestly never imagined a scenario in which the wards could be broken. Perhaps it was arrogance on my part, but Lilith is among the more cunning enemies we've ever faced.
How did Wanda come into your care?
Wanda's story is quite tragic and perhaps not mine to tell. There was an accident on the Abbey grounds not long ago involving Agatha.
Okay.
That must have been some accident.
Agatha had been teaching Wanda, hoping she would learn to control her immense but very raw power. As their training progressed, Wanda was encouraged to push herself further. Eventually, she pushed too far.
How did Wanda...
There...
And you have been keeping an eye on her?
You make it sound like I've been guarding her. My role here is merely one of friendship for as long as she needs it. One thing is certain. She refuses to step foot on the Abbey grounds for any reason.
Shay says, you're wondering if it's possible to play this game and understand it if I've never seen a Marvel superhero movie and have no clue who everybody is? Why not? Why not, Shay? I mean, I know certain characters and stuff like that, but there's tons of them that I've never heard of and I don't know the backstory of everything, and that's kind of why you have all this dialogue, right? And your character You know, the hunter that you create is not in any of the comic books and movies at all. So, and your character comes into this not being around for 300 years. So everybody will fill you in on everything.
How... That kind of power sounds like it could be dangerous.
We don't truly know the extent of Wanda's power, and in that respect, you two are very similar. Were she here now, I think you would have found her to be a kindred spirit.
Okay, was there more about Wanda?
I feel like everyone is avoiding mention of Agatha.
I can't say I'm surprised, but I'm afraid it's really not my place. You should speak to Sarah about her when you're ready.
Okay, something bad happened.
Let us talk later.
Visit whenever you like. It's not often I get to converse with a true legend.
+2 friendship experience. Okay. They give you incentive to, like, keep talking to all the characters. I want this dagger.
Intriguing.
Intriguing. Oh, gamma coil analysis.
Now, I doubt advanced gamma thermodynamics was a hot topic at Yield Demon Hunting School, so I'm just gonna give you the condensed version.
I appreciate that.
Closest I've ever seen to this substance is pumping through Bruce's veins. Part gamma accelerant, part unknown element. Calling it coil for now, given its unique atomic structure. Man, I love acronyms. This stuff is more volatile than Nick Fury on a Monday morning. But Hydra doesn't seem to mind.
They are using it to get stronger.
Exactly. A few drops would make your average salamander look like Fin Fang Foom. Thankfully, with a little help from Dr. Spooky and our haunted oven over here, I think two can play at this game.
You are not suggesting we start injecting ourselves with it.
No, nothing like that. Though I can see some future applications for my energy drink line. I was thinking we apply this stuff towards upgrading our equipment.
Oh.
I like where this is going.
Just give me a little time here and I can whip up some pretty fun toys. How about we give Hydra a taste of their own gamma-powered medicine for a change?
Okay, so that's how we can use
how's the
currency
whole
to get
saving the
more
world thing
powerful.
going?
Tony Stark can use the coil material recovered in combat to create hero abilities. Only one of the abilities can be selected, so choose wisely.
Big Tony's Forge of Mystery, we never close.
Sure is a lot of talking. So Tegas, you can skip a lot of the dialogue if you want and just fast forward, go through it, but literally like half of the game is talking. You go out, you do missions, do some combat with the turn-based combat and stuff. You come back to your base, you talk to all the people, establish relationships, explore the base, decorate the base, all that kind of stuff. If you don't want to talk to people and you don't want to do base stuff, you can skip a lot of it and go faster, but really that's like half the game. Yeah. It's an RPG. Not an action game.
I feel like I could automate this process and take myself out of the loop here.
Okay, so what can I make? I can analyze it.
No peeking now.
Reveal new abilities.
What do you think?
Ooh, which one? I'm gonna go with left since I'm left-handed. No, I guess we can do them all. So, you get to select one of the three. Now, Brasa, I'm not there yet. I don't. In fact, what you're telling me is stuff I haven't seen yet, so I have no idea. One ability. So we have Quick Slash already, right? We have Quick Strike already. Is
Another magical mystery
Is this
box.
going to upgrade one of these?
I used to design sentient future tech.
Or just give me an extra card? I own 2 of each of these already. What do you mean by he will say all access? I don't understand. Am I adding a third card or is this upgrading a card? All right, never mind. I'm just gonna pick one. Quick attacks are cool. Draw one card. The next 2 damage cards apply to bleed. I own 2 of those. Let's do quick slash.
Hunter, when you have a minute, come meet me in the yard.
You've gained a copy of a currently equipped ability. If taken to the yard, duplicate abilities can be combined into new, more powerful versions. Okay, cool. Talk to Blade in the yard. Who's this Blade guy? Oh, got new stuff here. Charlie just did the most adorable thing. Oh no, we're talking about my puppy. I was eating a bowl of ramen and she kept begging for some. First, she put her head on my lap. I wouldn't budge, so she kept bringing me little gifts. A leaf shaped like Doctor Strange, a little pillow, I think one of Robbie's comic books. You guys, she brought me a stick that looks exactly like the staff of one. It's like, oops. It's like, here's your favorite thing, right? Noodle, please. That's cute. Spider-Man and his amazing friends unleash monster upon city. Still can't open that. I have no arcane keys.
Welcome to the yard. At least that's what we're calling it these days. Caretaker put me in charge of your training. Too bad she didn't listen to me yesterday. Now that we know what we're up against, I think we can all use the practice. Any questions?
Yes.
I did, but they are about you.
Right when it's time to train? From all Sarah told us about you, she never described you as lazy.
We can talk after. Yeah, I'll joke.
Everyone loves you when you are dead. Tell me, does that mean you are half-loved?
Oh, that was a
She
minus
described you
one.
as a snarky jackass, but here we are. All right,
Oh,
Tony Stark
okay.
Jr., ask your questions.
Okay, so you gotta, if you wanna, you can respond differently to different people. Tony Stark would probably like snarky jokes. Blade does not. Okay.
Can I ask about you?
I guess.
Is your name really Blade?
Is your name really the Hunter?
Yes?
Oh, really? Your mom, before she became the mother of demons, looked into your cradle and decided to name her firstborn child the Hunter.
That is how I understand it.
It takes all kinds.
So, is your name really Blade?
No,
What is it?
it's private.
Is it embarrassing?
No, the Hunter, but I only share it with friends.
You do not consider me a friend?
Not yet. Don't take it personally.
Okay, there we go. The Hunter was actually a very common name 300 years ago. Okay.
How did you become a Dampier?
You say that like I had a choice. I was born this way.
How is that possible?
A vampire bit my mother. Problem was, I was still in the womb. I'm lucky I was even born. Don't know if that's how it always is, but that's the way it went down for me.
How long have you been around?
I don't exactly know. I think of myself as mid-20s maybe. I lost a lot of time. Much of the last century was a blur. I have occasional memories, almost like coming up for air before being yanked back down into the depths.
What happened?
I killed a lot of vampires. I hadn't lost my mind exactly, but I got into a rhythm and never stopped. Never had a reason to stop.
Hey, Knockenbacher, what's up?
Not until I met Caretaker.
And then?
She gave me a reason to stop.
What brought you to the Abbey?
Caretaker. About 10 years ago, she brought me back to the real world. Gave me a place to stay until I came back to myself.
Did she ever say why?
She said she thought I'd be able to kill more vampires if I was acting on more than just instinct. But I know it was more than that. She gave me safe haven here at the Abbey. Something I'd never known. Must have read half the books in the library by the time I headed out. So when she reached out and asked me to be part of this weird little club, of course I showed up.
Weird little club.
Tell me about the Midnight Suns.
All right.
Why did you join? Vampire hunting is a solitary affair.
Guess I never found the right team.
Is that all?
No, but that's all I'll share for now. You really want to know? Put in the work. If I trust you, I'll have more to say.
Okay.
What can you tell me about the others?
Nothing. Ask them yourself.
I'm not asking you to break anyone's confidence.
Fine. Which one?
All of them.
Tell me about Nico.
She's the youngest, but she acts like she's in charge.
Why let her act like that?
She's usually right, and she keeps us on track. I didn't think we'd get along, but we wouldn't be the Midnight Suns without her.
What makes you say that?
She has a lot of heart, and that's why we let her. Who else?
All of them.
What about Robbie?
He's exactly what he seems. Well, sort of. He's open with people, easygoing. Sometimes that comes across as dopey, but don't get the wrong impression. He's quick to make friends, and once he does, he's your friend for life. So don't let him down, or I'll hold it against you. Anyone else?
What do you know about magic?
Keeps to herself.
That is it?
She's a private person. Until she lets you in, that's all you need to know.
When does she let people in?
At her own pace. Respect that, and it'll happen faster than you think. Anybody?
Tell me what you think of Sarah.
Well, there are a few people I tolerate, even less who I like. Sarah, I respect. She sees the big picture, and we're a part of it. I'd follow her to hell if I had to. And from what I understand, we may have to.
I am surprised she commands such respect.
Yeah, 300 years ago, she was a
that you're
jerk.
surprised. You know what she's like more than any of us.
I do.
Anyone else?
That is all.
Nobody else.
Okay.
Do you have any thoughts on the team as a whole?
And I think we're pretty green. But enough training will get us through it. Speaking of training, we doing this?
We should train.
I am ready to train.
Finally.
-1 friendship XP for all of that. Okay. Okay, vault training increases damage and combat, whatever. Upgrade abilities.
Back again.
If a hero possesses 2 copies of an ability, they can combine it to create a new, more powerful version. Okay. So
Don't
I own.
stress it too much.
So I own
There's
3
no
of
wrong
these.
answers here.
So we can make it. Oh, it'll do a knockback and be quick. Okay. Sweet.
See you around.
That was easy. So you need to have 3 in order to do it? Yeah, I think so.
Later.
Later, mater.
Like the way you move out there, Hunter. Guess Dr. Strange picked the right supernatural demon hunter to resurrect. I'm Carol Danvers, but you can call me Captain Marvel.
Oh.
Kidding. Carol's fine. Just thought I'd throw a bone to the Avengers PR team. Not gonna lie, going a few rounds in Vampire Guy's Magic Thunderdome sounds like fun, but we've got bigger fish to fry. Well, not so much fish as that ginormous invulnerable sewer monster that swallowed the sanctum.
Alright, just give me another shot at that thing. Does anyone here take anything seriously?
The venom creature surprised me before. He will not do so again.
That thing's tougher than a flirkin' furball. You better
Flirkin'?
steer clear of him and his creepy slime shield for a while. Strange, Caretaker, and the rest of the funky bunch can try and magic their way through that shield all they want. If my time as a pilot taught me one thing, it's that sometimes you've gotta find a workaround. As in Hydra, they've gotta know the way inside. Steve's always said they aren't much for talking, but then again, I'm told I can be rather persuasive when I need to be.
Why'd you hand me a random object? She just handed me a balloon. Alright, Steve's always said they aren't much for talking, and then again, I can be rather persuasive when I need to be. Alright, I'll compare it to me. What? Exactly how persuasive?
Just how far are you willing to go, Captain?
Let's just say that I'm willing to unleash the power of a quantum singularity white hole on them if need be.
Oh.
A quantum what?
You'll see. Find me in the war room when you're finished here. There's a few things we should discuss. Oh, and Hunter? Welcome back from the dead.
Thanks. Yes, Carol is Captain Marvel. Yes.